What's up, poker players? Hope you guys are out there crushing it on the tables. Before we get into the last couple sessions, we are going to be updating our HUD today. Thanks to one of you guys who made the suggestion to not have entirely green numbers in there. It can be very easily confused, and we should be able to easily pick out where players are exploitable when we label these a little bit better and color code them. So thanks to whoever suggested. I don't remember who it was, but great suggestion. Let's get into it. So right now we have through our total 3-bet color coded, and let's color code the rest of them. So the first stat we are color coding is 3-bet is premium, less than 50% is green, 50 to 80 is this peach color, and more than that is going to be in red. And now we are changing it for total fold to 3-bet, doing 40, 60, and more than 60 in red. And we are moving down the list. Now 4-bet is premium. Going to raise these numbers a little bit since 4-bets are usually skewed towards premium type hands, and we are using 40, 60, and above 60% for fold to 4-bet as well. And now on to our steal stats, and we want these to be reverse the other stats. So the wider that they are stealing from, we want that to be in green. So we're going to use these defaults. Wish they had just the regular. I guess we can use that one. And now we have to come up with some percentages for normal and less than normal, more than normal opening ranges from the cutoff. I think less than 20%. If we look at, I think right around 30%, just by looking at Flopzilla, is probably going to be the normal opening percentage from the cutoff. We get down to 20%, pretty tight opening range. So I think anything less than that should be marked in red. I think 20 to about 30 is probably going to be the normal. So we'll do 20 to 30 and more than 30 in green. And fold to steal are going to be the normal colors again. Less than 40 is in green, 40 to 60 in peach, and more than that in red. And now we have to figure out normal button ranges. I'm going to say about 50 is probably going to be the max or the normal, and anything less than 35 is probably too tight. I'm going to do 35 to 55 as the normal, and then more than 55. And we want the reverse colors on this one. And as we fill these out, you can start to see the colors are filling in here, and it'll show up more apparent once we get on the table as well. I think it should make it quite easier for the multi-tabling when we can just glance down at the stats and make a quick decision. And now to the small blind ranges. I think 35 to 55. Here's 35. That's a pretty tight range. So maybe a little bit more than that. We'll just say, yeah, we'll just leave it at 35 to 55 as the normal range, and we'll do the colors for above and below that. Now on to the next line where we have stats on how opponents react to steals from the later positions. We have to come up with numbers that are high and low for button re-steals. Where'd my Flopzilla go? There it is. I'm going to say 6 to 12 is going to be the normal. Let me know what you guys think, if you think I should be changing some of these numbers around. Remember that I am playing 100% full ring games, and we are switching these colors around. So less than 6 is going to be red, which represents tight, and more than 12 is loose. There you can kind of see what 12 represents in a hand range. That's pretty loose. If you're going to be 3-betting any pair from the button on a steal from the cutoff, maybe I should make it a little bit less than that, maybe 10. And now we are on to the next line, which is flop and turn action. I'm going to say 30 to 50% is probably going to be normal for flop bet and flop C bet. This is all numbers I'm just kind of playing with now. I might have to go through and change some of these once we get on the table, but I think that's good numbers to work with. I'm going to use the same numbers for the turn bet that we did on the flop, just to try to keep things consistent, and doing the same thing for the river bet numbers. And this one showdown percentage is going to be interesting. I'd change these. I did 40, 60, 40 to 60 as the average. Anything above 60, more than average, less than 40, less than average for flop raise and turn raise. I'm thinking about doing the same thing here, where we can kind of judge how often players are going to be bluffing on the river with this showdown percentage, and that kind of correlates with how often they fold as well. If if they have a very high showdown percentage one, then they're probably only going to be calling with the top of their range. We might be able to bluff them off some of the hands within the middle of their range. I'm going to make it a little bit more defined. I'm going to say 45 to 55. And that is all the stats. Just going to bring up a hand here and see what it looks like. This is going to take a little bit to get used to, but as you can see, there's a lot more color out here. We should be able to pick up some exploitable spots easier within our opponent's playing. But I'm going to get out on the table and see how it looks, see how it works, see what kind of minor tweaks we have to do. And we will come back in the next video and tweak it a little bit and get into some of the sessions that we've played in the last couple days. Looks like we're finally going to be on the other end of some of these coolers, like you can see in this hand where we have pocket aces against kings, and we will get into more of these hands in the next video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not done that yet, so you don't miss out on any of the future videos or streams. Head down to the video description for links to all the poker products that I use, including Holdem Manager, which we were working with today. You can get a 30-day free trial by clicking the link in the video description. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it today, if you learned something, or you're excited about how this new HUD layout works out. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions on how I should be tweaking the HUD, let me know down in the comment section. And I will be back soon with a new video, but until then, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felt.
Run with the feeling of being alive while we're jumping off the porch like mom's not home. Just a couple kids living on our